for coming back and watching again. Thank you for my subscribers if you are subscribed. This is going to be Sagittarius's energy check. What comes out for you. This is going to be general, so just keep that in mind. Make sure it does resonate. I always say, you know, it resonates if you don't have to question and stop and think and really like wonder, is this person? Is that their motive? Is that situation? It will come and flow to you very easily if it resonates, where you will just know, like, yep, that's that person, that's that situation, that's definitely what that is. Okay? So that's how you know it's your message and that it's okay to take it. If you still need further guidance and understanding if it is your message, I always recommend getting a personal reading by me or someone else from me. If you want a personal reading, look in that description box down below. It is the only place that you can find the link to get a personal reading from me. Otherwise, Sagittariuses, let's go ahead and jump in. That link will also take you to any products. I do need to update that and put my products on there, but let's jump into it, Sagittarius, and see what it is that you need to know right now. Important things that you need to know at this time. Sagittarius need to know at this time. Okay, we'll walk through each of these energies one by one. So this Ace of Wands energy, this is definitely feeling more like we do have an idea here that we want to move forward. There's some kind of thought or idea. Psychic intuitive channeler, so I will get messages in various different ways, not just through the cards. I do a lot of energy read, so you hear me reference that, but just please be aware of that. With the Ace of Wands here, it's very much the energy feels to me, this is something you can't stop thinking about. So the Sagittariuses that are going to resonate with this will know exactly what this idea is. Keep thinking about ways to do something different or change something. This is very conscious energy, almost like annoying because I can't get it off my mind. I can't get it off my mind. It's on my mind. It's on my mind. I can't get it off my mind. And it's just a conscious thought that just keeps coming in over and over and over here. Okay. And then when we have this moon card in the middle, this feels like we don't know what action to take. We just know we feel that we need to take the action. So we may not know what action it is that we need to take, or we don't know how to take action on a thought. If we do know what this is and we do have an idea, we just don't know how to take action. I feel like, and then on the split here, we have the Devil and the Nine of Cups. So this feels like partly we don't know what to do when it comes to taking action. I feel like it's kind of like feeling like my hands are tied. It's giving me a little bit of Swords energy, feeling trapped, even though like it's self-imposed being trapped. This feels like Sagittarius who's very motivated and ready to take action. You know, I have to let things play out, and then once it gets to this point, then I can take action. It's like delayed. It's almost like there's nothing I can do right now in this moment. But I just have to wait. I have to wait. I have to wait. I have to wait. And it's kind of like you have an idea of what it is that you have to wait for. But I feel like we're getting very antsy, very, very antsy here. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. This energy is like, this gives me an energy of disappointment. So I'm not sure if this is how we're ending the energy out. I feel like this could be a little bit of future energy for some of you. And for others of you, we've already gotten to this place. Some of you are going to be coming into this place, and others of you have already gotten here. It's like this is heavy disappointment energy is how that feels. It feels like almost like giving up. Like my plan of waiting to take action did not work, and now I'm in this disappointed energy. I have a lot of disappointment, a lot of like apathetic. I waited, and now I'm just so disappointed. Like it did not come. It did not do what it was supposed to do. The plan did not go the way that it was supposed to go. We got a little derailed and it did not work out here. That's how that feels, okay? Let's go ahead and go through and just add some clarifying cards to these. Show me the Ace of Wands for Sagittarius. And I think this is why I can't tell if some of you feel the need to take the action, but you can't figure out what it is to do with it. Like, what is the thing to take action on? I just know I need to act on something. And I get some of that energy because Page of Cups is a very dreamy energy. It can be illusion energy. It can come in and it's like you have the fish in the cup, so it's kind of like that daydreamy, oh man, how amazing would it be if it was this way and it was like that and I knew this. It's like that would be so amazing, that would be so awesome. But it's hard to take action on that because it's so fantastical, it's so dreamy, it's so illusion-y that it's like I don't even know how to act on that. How do I even create that? What do I do with this? Because we kind of get stuck in a Page of Cups energy sometimes because we like the idea of how it feels to have something, even if we don't believe that we can actually create it or make it happen. It feels good to dream. It feels good to allow yourself to believe and think and be indulged with thoughts of like, wow, how amazing, fantasizing it. How amazing would that be? For some of you, this is about sex and the opposite gender. I feel like wanting to like fantasize about someone and being with that person, knowing that like you can never really be with that person. There's no way to take action. It's like, well, I'll just wait for them to get out of that relationship, and then it never happens because they end up getting married. It's like, damn it, why wait? But some of you, that's what this is, okay? But this is very like, I don't know how to take action. I feel like I definitely want to take action because I'm excited about dreaming about this, but what do I do with it? So what do I do? Clarify that moon energy here. Can we get just a little less here? Clarify that moon energy for me. Clarify that moon energy here. Thank you. Spit this one out at me. So the moon energy is clarified here with that Ten of Cups. And so this is almost like, I don't know how to get it to a place of emotional happiness and fulfillment for everyone. Again, that side story of like this being a person that you're dreaming and fantasizing about, there's that moon energy of not knowing how to act or not knowing what to do and kind of being confused and lost on how do I move forward, because either you have a family or they have a family. Like one of you is already committed somewhere else, and so there's this like energy of like I can't make that happen. For the others of you that is not a relationship story, it doesn't involve another person, it's just you. This is like kind of being lost in the energy of like, how do I get it here? How do I make it into a Ten of Cups? How do I get this single cup that has a fish in it? How do I transform that into a Ten of Cups with a rainbow? And it's like that's where we're getting lost because we're looking at the outcome that we want with the energy that we're daydreaming about, and we're not seeing the bridge to connect those two things. It's like we don't see that. It's like we're very confused, lost here in the dark. We don't understand. How can I transform this into this? What is that even? How do I? It's like I know I like this. I know I like this. You know, undeveloped energy. I enjoy this undeveloped energy significantly. But when I start to think about how I want to end that energy, how I want to get it developed to this point, that's when I'm losing a sense of and I would love to take it to this place, but I have no idea what goes in between those two places. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. Clarify Seven of Pentacles here. Yeah, Five of Cups. That's that disappointment energy I was talking about. It's almost like because we're so steady, this feels like Sagittarius. We're so wrapped up in enjoying the energy of fantasizing and daydreaming. Like we're really enjoying thinking about this this energy and feeling it and like, oh, that would be so amazing. It's like we keep daydreaming and daydreaming, and we're so lost on how to make that daydream real, how to start acting on it, how to start creating it, how to start moving towards it and make it a manifestation. How do we make the manifestation into a physical reality? It's like we're so not even like thinking about this and confused and lost on it that we do end up getting disappointment because we waited so long to do anything about it. So it's like if you do have a crush on someone, this is constantly daydreaming about being with that person and how you would ask them out and what would happen and how they would smile. It's like you're just stuck in this daydream about it, and it feels so good to daydream about this, but because we're so occupied with feeling good about the daydream, the fantasy, and we take absolutely no steps to get it to the outcome that we know we would like, that person moves on, that person leaves, you lose contact, that person gets into a relationship. It's like we're so occupied by the feeling and thought of a that we just end up being so disappointed because it passes us by. We put all this emotional investment into it within our minds just for it to not even be a possibility at all anymore. It's like someone just reality checked, someone just ruined the daydream, someone just, destroyed the fantasy because now it's not even possible. So now I don't even want to fantasize about it because it's not even possible. Okay, that's that energy that I'm getting from this. I want to kind of see here what do we need to know? What is the importance of you understanding this? Because this feels like an untold cycle here that we're not realizing may be a cycle, but I feel like a lot of you have moved through this energy a couple times. It's not a pattern yet, but it's almost like we're starting to notice that maybe this is something we might do here. But it feels like a lot of you have moved through this. So it's giving me very like present energy, like we've already experienced this. So I want to see like what's the purpose of understanding the storyline in this way? Why is that important to see it or understand that energy in this way? Why do you guys need to see that? This is interesting. I feel like the importance here for you guys to understand how that energy plays out in the way that I'm like seeing it and presenting it is because it's almost like this is very interesting. This is this is showing me there's a need here. It's like there's a need here to really go within yourself. I'm getting literally, I think the Hermit has come out for all three fire signs now. But this is like, I think for fire signs right now, one of your big challenges is incorporating a lot of earth energy into what you're doing because all of you have gotten kind of a similar message about needing to ground some things out. And this is showing me that there's a need to go within here and start to almost like, I want to say like invest in yourself is like I didn't want to say that, but that's what the energy keeps pushing me to. I wanted to say something else, but it keeps giving me like this is like going in and slowly investing in yourself here, slowly establishing what kind of person you are. So your finances, your morals, your beliefs, your personal life, your social patterns. There's like a need to really be consistent with how you see yourself internally or how you are developing yourself internally here. There's a real need to like invest in this aspect of yourself and then ground it out. So I don't know, Sagittarius, if you're someone who does this, fantasize about, first I fantasize about being a rich entrepreneur and traveling the world. And then all of a sudden I'm fantasizing about having a small little homey cottage with a cup of tea. And then all of a sudden I want to be like, a family man and have an entire dog, 2.5 kids, and picket fence. And it's like our fantasy keeps changing and we never have the confidence, or not even the confidence, but we never get the solid understanding of how to manifest it, how to bring it into fruition, because we always change what we think our fantasy is, what we think we want to be, how we want to show up, how we want our life to look. It's like when we fluctuate that so often, we don't stick on one idea long enough to start to learn or even conceptualize, how do I make it real? So instead we just bounce between different fantasy lives and images of ourselves and who we would like to be and how we would like to move forward in life and how I want to show up for myself and other people, how I want to be seen. It's like we get so caught up in the fantasy and it changes so often that we never get a chance to even try to bring one of those fantasies into life, because then we just go to the next fantasy, but then we get disappointed when we wait too long fantasizing and then we have to leave that fantasy and find a different fantasy. It's like if this one didn't work out because now that person left or I got fired from that job, well, let me just change the entire fantasy now. Now I want to be this kind of person. And it's like, no, you can hold the same daydream, the same fantasy that you wanted, but we just have to take a different route to get there if this route is no longer available. But it's like you keep changing the fantasy rather than changing the route to get to the outcome. So this is saying it's like we need to go within and really invest and stabilize how we want to see ourselves. Who do we want to be like? And we need to capture that and then stay with it instead of jumping between all these different ideas and all these cool things I would love to do and be and have. It's like we got to like really stabilize what who do we want to be? Like what do we want to do? Otherwise you never take action and then you never grow. You never get anything you ever want because you're always changing it and you never take the action. And it's like after we do this, then there's this energy of like, this is almost like being able to finally, it's not that we're celebrating a new beginning because that's what the cards would read, but the energy I get from this and the message I get from that is more, now we can actually start to take action and like even share our thoughts and ideas and like our dreams. Like now we feel better about trying to share these internal dreams with other people who would support us in pursuing that, who would help us learn how to pursue that, who would give us ideas, and they would be so happy and excited for us to start to take action on this and move in that direction. Like they would be so happy for you. And I feel like that element was missing before because of one of two things. Either you changed what you wanted so often that people just got tired of trying to help you, because then it's like my help just went to waste because you keep changing what you want. And so all that effort I put in to help you just went in the garbage. Or you changed what you wanted so often that you never shared it with anyone because you just never knew what it was that you actually wanted. But I feel like it's more of the first one because I feel like there's an energy there of like every time I get this new dream or fantasy or idea, man, like I can't stop talking about it because I'm really excited because this is like very occupied by the fantasy and the emotion we get from that. So I feel like it's more now when we do this and we really get stable with it and consistent and we stay with the same idea here, people happily come in wanting to help us figure out how to make it true, how to bring it into fruition, how to make it happen, how to move in that direction. And this allows us to really get away from anything that's not fulfilling us, that ever confused us when it came to fulfillment. It allows us to move away from any kind of like difficulty and burden when it came to trying to, you know, gap this bridge here and learn how to actually bring this into real life. this allows us to release this difficulty of never understanding or knowing or being able to actually build and create something out of an idea, a dream, a thought. And it's because people finally come in to help us and they want to celebrate and they want to like enjoy and they're happy and it's like there's really good energy with that. But it's like that's what's helping us. Like it's almost like we need other people to come in and help us because we really have never done this before, investing in one single dream and idea and not changing it. So now we need help to make it happen here. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a um, Visions in the Liminal Space card. This is an oracle deck, and I'll read from the book for this one, but we'll close with an advice card from this. Give me an advice card for Sagittarius. Give me an advice card for Sagittarius. This was a good reading. I didn't realize it would go that in depth for you guys, but I like it. Okay. This is strangely perfected timing, or sorry, strangely perfect timing. So let's go ahead and grab that and read it. And then we will close out. Sagittarius, if you did enjoy this reading, I definitely encourage you to like or subscribe if you want future videos. It is free for you and it does help me significantly. Also, again, if you want a personal reading from me, you can check the description box down below, and it has the only link to do that. I will never, solicit you or personally message you for services. That is the only place that you will be able to book that personal reading with me. So if we look at this, strangely perfect timing. The daring traveler may slip between time's tickings, expand it, skip pebbles through its waters, and peer between its curtains. The wise one knows better. To receive something ahead of time can be more damaging than a late or null arrival. To seek or possess premature information may induce madness. A fruit is ripest just before it rots. A dream a few seconds before was a nightmare. A birth too early is a death. There is no benefit to getting ahead of time. Follow its lead and arrive not late or early, not rushing or idling, but strangely perfectly on time. I think that is an awesome way to close this. I want to because I'm feeling like it's meant for you to take that message in as the way you need to take it in. But I think it is a really good way to close this out. So, Sagittarius, thanks so much for showing up and watching and liking and subscribing if you are a subscriber. I will catch you guys on the other side.